confrontational. You are confrontational, and if you appeal to people, chances are that they will rebuff you. The Southeasterners, all of us here, and those at home, we don't have the ingredients to play opposition politics. We don't have that ingredients. It requires media. You don't have media. It requires money, big money, ownership of commerce, businesses. Our contemporaries, our neighbors, the Southwesterners, they have what it takes to play opposition politics. In fact, I believe that they thrive more in opposition politics than playing in the main game. Why? They have airport, they have the sea, they have the money, they have the media. We cannot say that. But we are not people asking for free handouts. We are people who are willing to compete. All we ask for, if it is possible, is level playing field. Our people are willing to compete. So those thinking that all of us will fuse together in one place, I don't think it's a proper idea. If you notice the last election, we saw how sophisticated the Yorubas are. Not if you notice the difference between the votes garnered by the candidate of PDP and the candidate of APC. You notice that there's not too much gap. What does that mean? It means they want to play, whoever wins, they'll play a role. In our own case, because we are too smart by half, we put all our eggs in one basket, and that basket doesn't belong to us. So, I am not among any person or group of persons who will be saying all of us should be in one place. No. Go where you think you can maximize your own potentials and help our people. Because some of you here are in position not to participate in politics at all, but you do that for the love you have for our country, the love you have for Ndibo. So please, let the word get out from here that we don't want to play politics of pulling people down, abusing any person. It doesn't help us. That is not a positive argument. We should think positively. I want to thank the governor for a special reason. When somebody dreams big, it's called high expectation, high performance. If the governor has realized, being the only APC governor in the Southeast, that he needs more hands to assist, he can't do it alone. Let us not condemn any person. What I will find is level. As you enter, you find where you fit in, what you can do. You assert yourself. Igbos are known for that. But the fact that we are the worst enemy of ourselves, people attack. Before I get to Enugu, there's a barrage of attacks. It happened not too long ago when General Ibrahim Babangida declared his interest in presidency. I was the chairman of the occasion at Eagle Square. People were saying, damn that, why should it? We thought you were a Democrat. You are now gone up north. But I want to remind us here that one of the agreements in the past was that if South concluded 8 years, North will also do 8 years. The man who moved that motion was Lawa Kaita from Katsina. It was carried. When unfortunately, their own candidate died midway, almost. I thought our people should have seen the reason to support them to complete the remaining 4 years. We didn't do that. We're paying a price. Because what that means is that whoever emerges there should do first and second tenure, prolonging the time that our own people will take a shot at that. Some of us that saw that advance, people saw that we have sold out. You can now see the trouble. There's a talented man here, the guy singing. I heard him very well. Much of the thing that we're saying here is a talent position. He probably doesn't hold a degree in music, but I listened to him very attentively. Very intelligent. He said we should wake up from slumber, and things we didn't do, which we ought to have done, we're paying a price now. Now, one of the reasons for our gathering here, because some of you that got the text messages will have noticed that I participated in inviting people here. We think we should have a date with the national leadership of APC. That will take place, Enugu will play host. That's a place the president or whoever is going to present him, but I prefer that he comes himself. We received so many teaming supporters so that they will see that we are not really anti-APC. It's not toxic, because we thought it's a toxic something. It is not. So, having said this, I admire those who talked about solidarity. And that's why I thank all of you who have come here to show this solidarity, because the notice was very short, and yet we have a full house. From the 5 states, this cuts across political divide. When I got here, I recognized that there are those who don't belong to any political party. I recognize so many businessmen, entrepreneurs of different stature. That makes so much sense. It shows you are not against this administration. You are in support of what is going on for us to get integrated. Because we like to play local champions. Everything in our zone, we read meanings into it. What is he calling people? What is he trying to do? Forgetting that there may be places I can occupy, which you may not occupy, and there are places you can occupy, which I'm not capable of occupying. We have to encourage one another so that we can do something. If we all work together, as so many people have stated, we can go very, very far. If we go alone, as my friend was saying today, we can move, but not as fast, and we may not go so far. So there are things people can achieve as a team. It is about time we play national politics. Don't see the whole issue as somebody who is aspiring to become a governor, aspiring to become a councillor, a senator, a member of the House. I don't fit into that category. I am rendering this as a service because I know nobody is going to dwarf us with people like our governor and so many other important people seated here, men and women. So it is our turn to recognize that no one group has monopoly of ideas. If we don't reach out and do other zones political favor, we don't expect that zone to do us a favor too. Therefore, it is about time we think national. Because if you look at a federal parastatal, an agency, take for instance MPA. MPA, the turnover of that authority, I tell you, is almost equal to all this thing our people run to Abuja to collect every month. And I wanted to make a strong point that we can take home. When, during our time in office, Lagos State had problem with the executive branch of government. They were not getting their monthly allocations. They continued for almost some years. It didn't stop them. Which means that the internally generated revenue of Lagos State, I think, is more than almost all the amount our people go to collect every month in Abuja. That's one state. And you look at terms of numerical strength, why it is important for us to think national as well. Kano has 44 local governments. If you add the number of local governments in Kano, Jigawa, and Sokoto, it's more than the entire Southeast put together. We cannot turn our back to the central government. We cannot turn our back to other groups if we must go far in Nigerian politics. And I want to mention clearly, and maybe some people at home may be watching this, Nigeria is a country where politics is superior to economics. What do I mean by this? If you take a peek, about 10 kobo, or